Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kiana and I do a lot of sewing and fashion videos, and today we're gonna be making this Prada dress because why are they charging $3,650 for it? Listen, I'm scared to do this video because I love Prada, and to show my love for them, I wore this little Prada ribbon and I got on my Prada loafers. Prada, please don't blacklist me. She's a cute dress. I like her. I would wear her. It's in their classic nylon gabardine fabric. So cute. I love the Prada aesthetic, but charging nearly $4,000 for a dress that I'm pretty positive I could make today. Girl, that is not what designer clothes is all about. What happened to the design? We just slapped a logo on that puppy. So I'm gonna make that dress today. We're gonna calculate how much it costs to make, including labor, and how much time it takes to make it. And then we're gonna assess, is this price worth it? All right, let's go. All right, let's talk fabrics. Prada uses nylon gabardine to be precise. Nylon is a fiber, gabardine is a fabric. So there are lots of different fabrics made out of nylon. I happen to already have one of those fabrics here. This is a taffeta. You see it has that similar look, has that nylon sound. So this is taffeta. They use gabardine. That's a lot thicker, a lot more also like voluminous. This is thinner, a little bit more, it's not, I wouldn't say drapey. It still has that stiffness, but gabardine is more like poofy if you like gather it or something. We don't gotta buy any fabric. Don't worry, I will be calculating how much fabric I would have had to buy and add that into the cost. But for me personally, girl, I don't gotta buy anything. Here is a dress, actually quite similar to the Prada dress, that I already made. It's a little bubble dress. I have a pattern for it if you're interested. This is one of my favorite things I've made. I'm gonna link the pattern down below and the video for it on the top of the screen, the tutorial. So this is kind of a little sneak preview of the look we're gonna get by using the taffeta. A little bit different, but she's still cute. All right, so the front of the Prada dress has their iconic Prada logo, of course. However, I don't wanna do that. That just feels like weird to me to like get a fake Prada logo and then pop that on. So instead of doing that, I thought we would add some more design to it, some more interest. So I am setting up my timbre frame right now so that I can do some timbre beading. If you are not familiar with timbre beading, it is a couture beading technique, also known as timbre embroidery, where you use this crochet like tiny little hook to basically crochet a chain stitch through the fabric whilst adding some beads. I've only done this one other time. I did it during my couture sewing independent studies class back in college. I'm gonna link that video at the top of the screen and down below because that's a popular one actually. And I really loved making it for you guys, and I do a ton of timbre beading in that video. So I haven't done it in like 4 years. I remember that it took a long time to do the timbre beading back then, but I forgot quite how long it took because it took me 5 frickin' hours to do all of this beading. Yeah, she's a time consuming one. But oh yes, that pre-made piece that I sewed down, that is actually an earring that I got from Joanne. So I actually have the other earring still. I can pop it on something else. Maybe a bag perhaps, maybe another dress, who knows? And then I'm just doing some beading to match that earring charm. And yeah, it took forever, but I love how it's turning out. All right, this is how much I got last night with the timbre beading. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed by all of the thread ends, so I'm just gonna clean everything off, tie the knots, and see how much I wanna add. And if I wanna add more things, I'll just do it by hand. Gosh, I feel like this took longer than it's gonna take to make the whole dress, but I finally finished the beading, so let's take this off, see if it's even usable. I am a little bit nervous because the nylon's not super durable. Like this could rip, so we'll see. Okay, there might be some tension issues. That concerns me. Check it out. How's it look? How's it look? I think it looks good. All right, let's put a pin in this and we'll come back to it. The beading has so far taken me about 5 hours total. They don't even have beading in there, so we'll see how we add that to the final time at the end. All right, some bad news. Well, actually, let's start with the good news. The good news is I've only been working on sewing for 2 hours and we're already here. The bad news is this skirt is absolutely not as full as the one that we are recreating. I think the one that we're recreating is double the fullness, especially look at the hem. I mean, here too. So I'm going to seam rip the skirt off and then gather it up to be only for the front and then pin it back on and just see if that's more on the right track. So let's go. Ta-da! Look at that. Now instead of a 2 times ratio, it's gathered at a 4 times ratio, which seems to be perfect. Yeah. Of course, it's not as poofy. I will have to add a layer of soft tulle, just a single layer gathered with the lining, just so that this puffs out a little bit. You feel me? And it'll also puff it out here a little bit, just to make it more A-line, but she looks good. I'm gonna pop a zipper in so I can try it on, make sure it fits, and then work on the lining. Whoop, whoop. I sewed the zipper in. Let's do a little try on to make sure it fits before we get into the lining, because if it doesn't fit, why are we gonna do the whole lining? Hello? Okay, hold on. Yeah, I mean, of course it fits perfectly. You guys like, yeah! What were you expecting? Yeah. Check it out. Oh yeah, don't mind the fact that the back is shorter than the front. We didn't have enough fabric, which is fine because theirs is knee length anyways. And obviously this is much longer than knee length. Shell is done. Time for the lining. And in the lining, we're gonna add some boning all around the bodice because you can see these, how it's like falling. Let me come close. You see how these lines right here, it's falling? The boning is gonna keep everything nice with the vertical tension so it's not like falling in on itself. I don't know, I may or may not add the tulle. We'll see what happens when I shorten it a little bit. We might not need it. They don't use tulle in theirs, but they have a more like bouncy, voluminous fabric slightly than mine. So, I mean, I don't think they have tulle. I've never looked at the dress, but to me, it doesn't look like they do. So yeah, time to make a whole second dress, AKA the lining. All right, it's not giving us enough volume. No. So I think I'm just gonna add 1 layer of tulle, and look, I already had this too. I've had literally everything for this dress. So I'm just gonna pop in 1 layer of tulle gathered at like a 6 times gathering ratio, which is what my little gathering foot kind of does. Real quick and easy. If I need a 2nd layer, we could always add a 2nd layer, but I'm feeling like 1 might be enough. I don't want it to be poofy, you know? So let's just pop this on. This is what a gathering foot looks like. Ow! What a freaker. Raise your tension all the way. Lengthen your stitch all the way for the most gathers. Less that for less gathers. And then we gather away. Oh, where's my needle? Girl, you're crazy. Okay, here we go. Ooh! You're being dramatic. Okay. What's happening? Why are we getting pulled in? What? Who's doing that? Take 3. Come on, like, don't embarrass me. There we go. I'm just gonna keep sewing until this is 25 inches long, or 26 inches long. Don't forget the seam allowance. All right, you guys. It's 11:48, last step for the night. Just attach the lining in the shell, and then I like to wait to do my hems until the next day. I like to have them sit overnight in case things stretch on the bias. So let's get this pinned up, and then we'll just have a couple hours of work tomorrow. Okay, it's a little past midnight. I gotta call it quits for the night. I gotta get up early tomorrow to do some other stuff. I'm leaving the hem overnight. So I have to hem the shell, the lining, and the tulle. The tulle's just cutting it though. I like to do that because bias things stretch. AKA, if you don't know what the bias is the diagonal of your fabric. When your fabric is woven, it can stretch on the diagonal. So on the side seams, it's probably gonna stretch. So to make sure everything is super even, I like to leave it overnight and then hem it in the morning, or like, better yet, like 24 to 48 hours. We'll see if I want to do that. I actually did decide I kind of want to change this neckline shape. It's like straight and then You see that? I kind of want it to round more, so I think tomorrow I'm just going to cut in here a little bit with my seam, and then I do have to understitch the neckline. So I have about 3-ish hours of work tomorrow, and then I'll be done. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. The next time I put this on the form, I want to be done. So, oh, also, look at my dress that I just got. Abercrombie. Yeah. Look at this. Like, it's like dark over here. You see like the draping? Oh my God, chic. I'll link it. Okay, I'll link it below. But yeah, so I'm just gonna mark everything with this pepperoni. Okay, so what you girlies forget is that I always eat. Look at this. Yeah. Yes, tambour beading. Yes, nylon taffeta. Okay, yes, A-line puffy tulle. Girl, I think I ate. I don't know what else you want me to say. Should I do a little spin? Spin. Does it look good? I can't see. I feel like it looked good. Okay, now the moment we've been waiting for. How long did it take me? And how much did it cost? Let me do some calculations. Okay, I've made a little chart here. Here's my little chart for the cost. Listen to the calculations. So cost for materials. We used taffeta, boning, thread, a zipper, a yard of cotton, 4 yards of tulle, 7 yards of bias tape, and beads. So the total cost of materials, had I actually had to buy everything, because I literally had to only buy some beads, would have been $52. For me, it was actually like $5. So, however, when we're pricing things, we need to take into account cost of labor. So it took me 16 hours to fully create this dress. Do recognize, however, 5 of those hours were for beading. So really it took me 11 hours to make the PRADA dress because they didn't do any beading, but we're gonna calculate with 16. I'll show you the calculations for no beading at the end. So for 16 hours, I'm gonna pay myself, hypothetically, $40 an hour, because that would be about $80,000 a year in the United States, which is what you need to live comfortably. Actually, I asked Google and they said you need $189,000 a year to live comfortably. And I'm like, girl. So I did $80,000 a year. So the cost to create this with labor is 16 hours times 40, which is 640. Add in the cost of materials, and that is a total cost of $692. However, that is the cost. Then think what they should be selling it for. All right, me and Hunter are here editing the video, and we realized we did the markup wrong. So actually, I did a lot of research and I was getting some conflicting things. So I'm gonna put the markup at 2.5 times. It's very confusing because the research I was doing, everything changes depending on if there's a wholesaler and the level of luxury. So we're gonna multiply our cost by 2.5 times to get the selling price. So we're gonna do $692 times 2.5 equals the selling price of $1,730. That's a pretty high number. So those are just my calculations. You can decide if you think that the PRADA dress is worth it for $3,600 and whatever dollars. Oh, and then if you're curious, here's the numbers for if you don't include any of the beading. All right, comment down below. Do you think I did the calculations good? I'm not really sure. I tried to include everything that I could think of, but let me know, and let me know if you think the dress is worth it. But yeah, if you want to see me style this dress all cute, go over to Shorts or go over to Instagram or Reels, because I'll do a cute little styling video with this. But yeah, I think that's everything. Let me know what you think. Also, if you liked this video, let me know what other brands you want me to do. There are other pieces of clothing from like PRADA or whatever brands, let me know. This was really fun. And maybe I can make myself a bunch of designer clothes. Who knows? But yeah, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up because it's the easiest way to support your favorite creators for free. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My handle is Kiana Bonollo. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.